The discussion with Germany today was about continuing to prepare this robust sanctions package, but we've been talking about sanctions for months. So if Germany is as aligned with its allies as you all are conveying, why isn't this sanctions package already complete? Why isn't that done already? In terms of figuring out what it looks like.
Our internal sanctions package, or what sanctions package?
Because you've said consistently that the sanctions that you're preparing are in close consultation with allies, including Germany, and that conversation is, obviously happening again today, as we're getting warnings that Russia could, at any moment, take significant action. So the discussion about sanctions has been over the course of several months. Mm-hmm. Why isn't it done yet? If Germany is as on board with the rest of the NATO alliance as they're projecting to be.
Sure. Well, Jackie, as we've said before, one, I think there is alignment that we will work with Germany to ensure that Nordstrom 2 does not move forward, which is obviously a key point of discussion. I'd also note and reiterate that it's not operational at this time. There's no oil flowing through the pipeline. That has been a key point of discussion, and that is agreed to. I would also reiterate what we've said in the past is that we have our own sanctions package prepared, which we've been consulting with and briefing members of Congress on, and others do, and we're united in the effort to put forward an economic sanctions package that has significant consequences. As our European partners, it doesn't mean it's identical. So,
one point to clarify, you said that is agreed to on Nordstrom 2. Just want to clarify, are you saying that the Germans have committed not to bring Nordstrom 2 online if Russia invades?
Well, again, I'm not going to get into the private diplomatic conversations, but we have said a number of times that if they invade, it will not move forward.
And then I wanted to ask about Dr. Lander again. I know you got a question on this earlier, but does the fact that Dr. Lander has a job still cheapen the president's promise to fire anyone who treats colleagues with disrespect on the spot?
Well, again, I would just reiterate that the president takes his commitment to having a respectful work environment incredibly seriously, and it's something that he conveys clearly to all of us on a regular basis. That is why we put in place a safe and respectful workplace policy, which is the process through which this thorough investigation proceeded through, and the process through which, again, that there was an internal investigation. Dr. Lander, obviously, his behavior was inappropriate and corrective actions needed to be taken, and that was clearly conveyed through this process. And he will be held to account for delivering on that.
And real quick, one third topic. We got announcements that in Delaware and New Jersey, the governors are going to be ending mask mandates coming up pretty soon. What is the White House view on these kinds of announcements, given that in Virginia, Governor Youngkin faced a lot of pushback from Democrats for making similar changes to the mask policy?
Well, they weren't actually that similar, because what happened here in New Jersey and a couple of other states you mentioned is that they pulled back the requirement. They didn't make it more difficult for schools, school administrators, local officials to keep requirements that they made a determination would keep their schools safe. Go ahead.
Do you expect that President Macron